everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. In the town of Geraldine, Alabama, thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. I'm on top of Lookout Mountain right here in Mentone, Alabama. Take a look at this. I am with Miracle Pottery. I'm about to walk in and talk with my very good friend Belinda Miracle, but before I go inside, I just wanted to show you what this looks like out here. There are some houses or some cottages that she actually rents out that are absolutely breathtaking. Now I'm going to take you on the inside because I want you to see what this place looks like. All of these things are home. I mean, it's just like being at home. So here we go. I've got to walk in.
Well, hey, Donna.
I know it's a surprise, but I wanted to walk in, and I just wanted to let everybody see firsthand what you've done here. Miracle Pottery, Belinda Miracle. But I gotta ask, how did you get the name?
Well, I have a couple reasons. I'm glad you asked, but we'll get into that in just a minute. I'm showing a customer around right now. Can you bear with us?
Let's do that. Let's do that. So here's Kathy. By the way, Kathy also is one of the hosts of The Edge with Donna and Kathy.
I'm a customer today.
Yes, she is.
So
most certainly.
She is going to give me a tour.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll start here with the batter bowls.
Okay, now I'm going to walk around here so I can see you talk, okay?
We start here with batter bowls. This is one of our most popular things. We have them in 3 sizes. And I usually keep 3 of these on top of my refrigerator. One I make cornbread and biscuits in. One I make scrambled eggs in. And the other one, if I have special dressings that I'm mixing up, I'll use this little one. And I have those just sitting on top of my counter, so I use mine every day. And then we have a lot of pitchers here, and we have pitchers with lids on them that will actually pour with the lid on. So that's very convenient. You know, if you have tea or something, you can pour it with the lid on it. And an old gentleman taught me how to do that. I said, well, I called him up and I said, well, I understand you're the best in this neck of the woods. And he's gone on to be with Jesus now. He said, oh, I don't know about that. I said, can I come down and watch you throw today? And he said, I'd be delighted to have you come. And he said, I want to teach you how to make a pitcher with a lid on it. And that was over 30 years ago. And so we're still making pitchers today that will pour with the lid on it.
And these are all specially handmade.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I really love about what you do, Belinda, is everything, again, it's handmade. So even if you buy a set of something, even the set is unique.
Yes, they are. Even if you have a dinnerware set, each piece is a little different. So even these colors are glazed the same, but they'll have different colors, variations in them. And this one, especially this one we call Little River, because sometimes when you go out to Little River, it'll be kind of brown, and sometimes it'll be kind of aqua color, and then again it'll be kind of green.
That's true.
So, and every time this comes out of the kiln, it'll come out in variations. So I said, gee, we can't get consistency in that. That's kind of like
but it's
Little
nature.
River. So that's why we named it Little River, because it has that nature of Little River, Lake Lahusage out there. And these are utensil holders, and people love these. They sit on the counter and have all their spoons and things that they need. And then wine chillers we have here. You can put these in the freezer, and when you bring them out, put your wine in it, and it chills it.
Oh, wow. And it stays chilled.
Even if you wanted to go outside, it would keep it chilled while you're outside. And if you want to, of course, you can put ice in there, but you can freeze this whole thing and bring it out, and it keeps it chilled. And these cold winter days, oh my.
Like now.
We can't make enough chili balls.
Yes.
And these are so fun. And I have about, 15 hanging in my house up on a little rack, the handmade rack that there. And my kids come in and they'll eat chili, they'll eat beef stew, ice cream, cereal.
Stop it. You're making me hungry. Stop.
And by the way, you can actually cook your steel cut oats in these. You put your oats in here, put water in, put it in the microwave 4 minutes, and you have cooked steel cut oats. You know how long that takes to make on the stove, and then you got the mess. Okay, you can have one serving.
Oh, and Belinda, I wanted to say something else too about how easy these are to clean.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about cleaning, but you just said you can put it in the microwave.
Oh, well, they're microwave and oven-proof, dishwasher safe, and lead free.
Wow.
They just can't stand shock. You can't take it from the freezer and put it in the oven. You can put it in the oven and let it heat up slowly, but you can't just pop from hot to cold. But it'll give you many years of service, and it cooks like an iron skillet, but cleans up like Teflon.
It does, because I wanted to say there's nothing worse than grits or oats to clean if you let it set. But it's so easy to clean these.
Yes. And right behind you here we have what we call tall teas. And people love these. When we had the restaurant upstairs, a lot of people remember Jay Spencer's restaurant, and we served tea in these. So we call these tall teas. And then we make these little cups that I just dearly love. And we call these easies. And look here. Hold that in your hand.
It is easy, isn't it?
It's easy to hold in your hand for us girls that has.
And they're called easies.
Easies.
And Kathy, I'm trying to fit you in so you get just a little bit closer. There we go. There we go.
That is nice. Easy.
Easy.
I love that color.
Isn't
That's
that
beautiful.
Yes.
It's a mauve.
And we have a variety of colors here, and then a lot of people like to drink their wine out of these little cups here, and they're just like stemless wine glasses.
You could probably do hot chocolate in those too,
Well,
as well,
absolutely,
couldn't you?
but it would be a little hot.
Yeah, but that's okay to have a hot beverage in there as
Oh,
well.
absolutely, cold, hot, anything. Everything in here is microwave and oven proof, dishwasher safe, and lead free. So it would even work, for any of them.
And get this, unique, handmade. That's big. Oh, I
This
love
is
that.
One of our biggest sellers is
is.
bacon cooker. And you place. Let's see if we can get a picture of the bacon cooker here. Can you
Yeah,
get
so
that
let's go
done?
ahead and take that real quick. Okay.
And then you fold as if this was a piece of bacon, you fold it in around the edges and hold 6 or 7 slices around the edges. And I moisten one paper towel and lay it over the top, so the spatter, keep down the spatter. And of course, if it's dry, it'll fly off when it's going around, but if you moisten it, it'll stick on there. And you put it in the microwave 1 minute per slice. And so if you get 8 slices on here, you put it in the microwave about 8 minutes. And then whenever it's finished, you take your bacon off, lay it out on something flat. But at this point, if the phone rings and you don't get your bacon off, and it's like this, well, you can just hook those 2 pieces together, put it on the plate, and you're a gourmet cook all of a sudden.
Oh, there. There you are. And I notice the little holes right here. That helps also. So you're not eating grease.
Well, you pour your grease off.
There you go.
And it can be used for other things like soap making.
You sure can.
And then take this and turn it upside down in the dishwasher.
If you
Easy
make,
clean
there's a
up.
lot of crafters who watch you. And so if you're a crafter and you make lye soap, people make lye soap out of bacon grease.
And so,
It's amazing, and you can't smell it either. It's weird.
And we tell people that this comes with a warning if you haven't ever had one, because you'll definitely eat more bacon. Because it's so easy.
You will. Chocolate wrapped bacon.
And then here we have, Kathy, have you?
Now, what is this?
This is a chicken baker. You put your apple cider vinegar, your apple juice, or wine, beer, or whatever you'd like in here, Italian dressing, and you set your chicken in here rump first, and then put your vegetables around the edges, put this in the oven, bake it, and you have a full meal.
Okay, now, so is there a temperature that you cannot go to in this? Like 350 would be fine for like an hour?
Well, your temperature on your range would go to probably 500, maybe 550.
right.
Some of the old ones goes 550. We fired up to 2600 degrees.
Wow.
So the heat won't hurt it. But when you bring it out, just make sure that you have a folded up dish towel or a pot holder to set it on when it comes out, because if you set it on a granite countertop or even your stovetop,
Right.
it could crack it because of the shock.
Okay.
And that's
So
with anything.
set it on
I mean,
a
it's a
nice
shock.
pot holder. Then.
Yeah, some insulation
Cotton
in
pot. Yeah.
Yeah, some
Okay.
insulation in between there. And then not only can you make a good chicken dish, but you can make pineapple upside down cake, and the recipe comes in here.
Oh, wow.
Can you see that?
I sure
and you
can.
Put your brown sugar in here, and everybody gets some of the ooey gooey. And then also.
You know what my husband would do? Phil would actually get something and dip it out of there.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, years ago, my husband, when we first got married, which has been almost 10 years now, he used to buy the little Dr. Pepper cans and put a chicken on it and put it on the grill. Because I couldn't do that in the oven. You know, you can't cook it, you know what I mean? It was fuzzy. This is like the ticket.
Well, see,
This
if you
is
put
no more can.
if you put it on a can, then you're dealing with aluminum.
Right.
That aluminum's going right up into your chicken, so that's not healthy.
That's why I
Oh
didn't like-
yeah,
that's why we
be
stopped
careful
it.
with that. Yeah.
Because I didn't like the idea of doing that anymore.
And then a bonus, you can make meatloaf in here.
And it'll be
one of
done
my
in the
girls
middle.
back here makes a sauce, you know, with brown sugar and ketchup,
Uh-huh.
you know, to make it ooey gooey on top of your meatloaf.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
everybody wants that slice on the edge that's a little crispy.
Uh-huh.
Well, see, everybody gets one of those.
Uh-huh.
And then you put your ooey gooey in the middle, and you can dip a little bit extra out and put on yours if you like. And then it cleans up, I mean, just like, you can take one of those little dish brushes and just wash
That's
it.
what I love about
It's
that.
amazing how the cleanup is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. And then we have apple bakers here. And you can core your apple, put all your goodies in it, you know, brown sugar and cinnamon and raisins or whatever you like, and put it on here. This stem holds it up in there. And then you bake it in the oven. And then when it comes out, we saved a little room on the side to put ice cream. Serve this in.
Wow.
But also this can work as a, have you ever made monkey bread? Have you ever made monkey
No,
bread?
I've never made that. no.
Well, you can take a can of just regular canned biscuits and kind of roll them out a little bit and pat them out and quarter them and roll them into balls and roll them into butter, cinnamon, brown sugar, and spray this with Pam and put this in the oven and bake it according to the can on the biscuits.
Right.
And it comes out, you've got sticky buns.
Oh,
Look at that.
wow.
And easy cleanup. Can I
And
say that
easy
enough?
Cleanup, yes.
And you know, we love recipes.
Yes.
Me and Donna, that's what we do a lot of on our show, The Edge.
Well, we put a lot of recipes in here, but you know, we have to leave it for other people's imagination as well. But now this little guy is kind of unique. We call this egg scrambler. And you take your egg and break it up in here, scramble it up, put it in the microwave about 30 seconds, and you have the nicest, fluffiest scrambled egg it ever was.
How nice.
But if you like a little omelet, and you put bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, grated cheese, little bacon bits, and put it in there, and about 45 seconds, and that egg cooks up around all that, and you've got a little omelet.
How
And there again, we all love cheesy eggs, but we don't like to clean up that
Easy
pan.
cleanup.
Oh, it's just easy cleanup.
That's good for my sons, is what I was thinking. My son and two stepsons, they would do that with an
Yeah,
egg.
and going to college.
They would
you
love
know,
that.
Your college kids all need
Yes,
that.
Well, I
because
think-
they love the microwave, where I still like cooking on the eyes, you know.
Well, I think of kids in a college dorm.
Yeah.
If you've got a microwave, you can have bacon and eggs.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they're eating good, wholesome food.
And not junk.
And if they can find like a local farmer and get their eggs and stuff, you don't have to worry about your kids so much.
That's right.
Are they eating junk? No, they're eating good
Wow.
stuff.
And let's see. This little guy up here is kind of unique. This is an egg separator. You break your eggs in here, pour the whites out this side and the yolks out this side.
There you go.
So a lot of people just eat
That's
egg whites,
nice.
or you could use egg whites to bake with.
Your
Yes,
7-minute
ma'am.
frosting.
Yes, ma'am. And so you can drop several eggs in there, and then just pour the whites out.
I like
And then you-
convenience.
then you
I know,
don't stay
Kathy,
in
you
there.
like convenience too, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm thinking, you know, since I'm a customer today, there's two things I might need to leave with. Right there. The apple and the chicken. Because I really could use that. Because I actually stopped cooking whole chickens. Because they were just so messy in the oven, you know?
Let's see here.
All right, I'm
Now,
gonna
are
walk
these
around
sugar
here.
dishes right here?
Well, I'm looking. Those are honey pots.
That is precious.
Oh, here,
Look
here's
at
what I'm
that.
looking for. Aren't those beautiful?
Yes.
And see that? That looks like Pooh Bear, doesn't it?
Look how pretty
And
that
there's a little place
is.
to put your.
That is Pooh Bear.
That is precious.
And your honey stick.
Oh, look.
We have a little notch there for your honey stick.
How precious.
And to go with your honey on your toast or whatever, and everybody likes soft, creamy butter, right?
Mm,
Just lay it on
yes.
your toast or your biscuit or roll or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to tear up your roll with a cold butter.
Right.
Well, we've got the solution for that. You take this little guy. This is called a French butter bell. And the first order I got of these, I got an order of 100, and I've never seen one. And I said, could you send me a photo? Inside and out. I'll try. I can't make any promises, but I'll try. And I made 100 of the first order. And so just by looking at a photograph. But you take this and soften a stick of butter about room temperature and press it down in here with a spoon or a knife till you see it coming out this little hole. That means all the air's out.
Okay.
And then you put about 1 inch of water in here. You turn this up and you leave it set out on your table or counter. You don't have to refrigerate it ever again.
Wow.
And then when you get ready to use it, you just turn it up like this. Use it out of that and you always have soft, creamy butter.
Creamy butter. Mm.
Wowzer.
And it requires a little bit from us. Once or twice a week, you'll dump this out and put fresh water in. Then when you use up all your butter, I usually take both pieces and put in the dishwasher, wash them up good, and start over again.
Every time I come here, I learn something
Wow.
new. I mean, it's impossible
That
to
is
see
so-
everything.
Look how pretty these are done up here beside this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the colors.
And then this is just cream and sugars here. And, you know, everybody likes to have a nice little, and these are not matched sets, but I've just grabbed a couple.
Well,
of
that
them.
matches. That's really
It
pretty.
does match.
But,
And again, it's the
creamers and
uniqueness
sugars.
of it.
You know, because whenever you set a table, you like to make
Yeah,
it
that's
pretty.
really pretty.
And a lot of people use these every day. And then people says, well, I don't use, I use, you know, packaged creamer, you know, whatever. But you can just put it in here if you like, and not have to put the liquid in here.
I have Valinda Miracle with me right now. She's with Miracle Pottery, and these are all her unique creations. And we're over halfway through. Can you believe that? So I know you want to talk about your story.
Okay, well, let me go one further right
Okay.
here. This is one of our famous ones here. As you can see, fresh tomato pie.
Oh, now.
When
Yeah.
we had the restaurant upstairs, we made fresh tomato pie and also sweet onion pies. And so these come with, let me get a little bigger here. These come with the recipe in it. And this makes the best pie crust in the world because it cooks evenly and it flips out good. And it gets brown and not soggy. You know how we don't like soggy pie crust. It's
Absolutely.
nice, crispy,
Uh-huh.
and then your pie and it lifts out. Because you know, there again, it's the easy cleanup, and it lifts out very beautiful and doesn't tear up your pie.
I was going to say, you want to say it or you want me to say it? Easy cleanup.
And then just one more real quick here, just for the holidays. This is a beautiful chip and dip.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
that is so beautiful.
Or fruit and dip. That'd be a good fruit and dip tray.
And then we have a
Absolutely.
variety of mugs, as you can see.
And we got your, and I want to say this about the mugs is in the morning we wake up, coffee is the first thing I do, okay? And I like it because these stay warm. They stay hot, I'll say, for a long time. So even if I'm sipping, you know, and you've got just, again, an array of colors and an array of styles. This is like the style I've got right here. I really like that.
And we have people say, well, you know, does these get hot in the oven and the microwave? And I said, no. Well, mine gets so hot you can't touch it.
Yeah.
You can't reach and get it. And I said, oh, Mom, that's not a good sign. If your mug is getting hot in the oven, that means it has lead in it. And you don't need to be drinking out of it.
That explains a lot.
Wow.
That's another reason I love
These are
this.
high quality stoneware.
Yeah, they are.
And they're made to put in the oven.
Wow.
They sure are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And do we want to do a commercial and go to the
Okay, we're going to go into a commercial break, and we're going to be right back in just a minute.
At Miracle Pottery, each pottery item is hand-turned from durable stoneware, clay body, and non-scratch high-fire glaze. Dishwasher, oven, and microwave safe, our handcrafted dinnerware and bakeware will last a lifetime, staying just as beautiful as the day it was born. Each pot is signed first with a cross in thanks to our Lord, our name, and then the year. We say a tiny prayer for the receiver of each piece that they receive abundant blessings in their lives. It's not just about pottery. We're located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains near Mentone and Valley Head, Alabama. Miracle Pottery is nestled at the base of the hills at 7871 Alabama Highway 117 between Gadsden, Alabama and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Please go to our website, miraclepottery.com, for more info about our other getaway cottages. You can also call us at 256-635-6863.
We are back. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home, and it's so good to be with you. Thank you so much for watching. I have my friend Valinda Miracle with me right now, and I'm just kind of walking you around so you can see these unique, I wanted to mention this now. Valinda Miracle, First Families of the Cherokee Nation. You want to mention that for just a second? I think this is cool. So you got the certificate and the whole works. Because you and I both have some Indian in us.
So do I.
This mind you bracket is a great grandfather. Well, I think it's four greats.
Wow.
Goes back back to the Cherokee Nation time, before the removal. And I have letters from one brother that went to the Cherokee Nation and one brother that stayed here when they started doing the research. And I felt quite honored that they gave me a lifetime membership of the First Family of Cherokee Nations. And I feel quite humbled by my heritage, because when I first started doing pottery, I wanted to keep doing Indian pottery, but that's before I found out. I did the research. I had a sister-in-law that did the research for me and found out who I really was, because I kind of felt like, oh well, I don't really feel like I need to make Indian pots. But then when I found out who I was,
that's why
I was very proud to make Indian style pottery.
Absolutely, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and work our way around. We've got just about 10 minutes left in this segment. You know, they always fly when you're on the show.
I know. Come on, Kathy, let's go over here. I gotta show you something over here.
And while they're making their way
We
there,
use leaves to make,
take a look at this
some
setting.
use leaves to make jewelry, but I use leaves to make pottery.
That's
We
beautiful.
have to get these great big leaves and press them in here. They're actually pressed in here. So, Don and I both love leaves.
Is it the Indian in us? Is that why we love
I think it's
leaves?
just the nature.
So it's all these so high cheekbones, right?
All the above.
Yeah, I'm Irish and Indian.
Okay, Valinda, why Miracle Pottery? Why that name?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Donna. I get asked that question a lot. Why did you name this place Miracle Pottery? And I have to say, well, I'm glad that you asked, because that opens the door. Because I can tell you, there's two reasons. One, it's a miracle that I can make pottery. And you see this face here, this is kind of a self-portrait of me. This was when I was in the corporate world. This was the artist that was in me all the time, trying to break free. And so when I got free, look what I did. Look what happened. Look what God directed me to do. So
It's amazing.
He is a mighty creator, but He created in us the desire to create. And that's why all these things come out whenever we're
And there's a freedom you're feeling as well. And I did the same thing. I was in the corporate world, making lots of money, just boatloads of money and all this and trips and all that, but something wasn't right. And you know,
Well, I was in corporate real estate. I had a company car. I traveled, had an expense account. I mean, I thought I was doing well.
yeah.
But I had a real bad car wreck one day and a closed head injury and lost all short-term memory. It was a sad day, and the doctors all said that I would never ever be any better, just continue to get worse. And they talked very loud in front of me and say, "Oh, she's never going to be any better. You just might as well put her in an institution because she's never going to be any better." I'm saying, "Oh my," and I'm thinking. And then I kind of get in the doctor's face and I say, "Mister, you're not God." And I said, "He won't leave me like this." And I said, "By the way, I'm not hard of hearing, so you can lower your voice." I just have little memory problems. And I had a dear friend come to me one day and say, she was a counselor at school, and she's gone on to be with Jesus as well, but she was a dear, dear friend. And she came to me one day and she said, "Valinda, sometimes you can use the artistic side of your brain and it'll trigger your memory." I said, "Well, that's a lovely thought, Linda. but I don't have any artistic ability. I can't draw a stick man. She said, oh, everybody has talent. It's just hidden. I said, well, mine's hidden out under a big rock somewhere because it's never come forth. She said, oh, come on, go with me. I've booked us reservations to a week pottery class. I said, pottery? She said, yes. I said, is that where they work? You work with clay? She said, yes. I said, I don't know. Well, come to think of it, when I was a child, I did like to play with modeling clay, and I used to make my little wares out around the mud puddle. You know, and Mother used to spank me for messing up my clothes and messing with the mud puddle, but I had my little wares out around it. So I guess it might have been in there, and it really was hidden. But we took a class, and the teacher says, oh, Belinda, you'll never be able to do this. I'm saying, oh my.
That makes the second person who said you can't. And I've just got to say this, really, because I'm showing you all of these awesome creations here.
And I said, well, surely, if these hands, I know my brain's not working real good right now, but surely if these hands made this little piece, surely I can make another one. And I just prayed, and I sat at that old wheel day after day after day and making pots. And so I was out of trouble. See, I wasn't burning the house down. I wasn't running water out in the floor. I wasn't getting in the car driving and getting lost and saying 3 states away and saying, I'm lost. And they say, well, where are you? Well, if I knew where I was, I wouldn't be lost now, would I? And so they said, well, this was before navigational and cell phones. So I was being a phone booth calling. And the only thing that was in my old memory bank was my old phone number. And I still have that phone number now. But that old phone number, and I'd call and they'd say, well, look around, tell me what you see. Well, go get your room in that motel and I'll be there in a couple of hours to get you. That was a sad day, and then they took my keys away from me. And that day they might as well have just shot me in the head because that took away the last independence I had.
Yes, ma'am.
And I said, so God, it's just you and me. We got to do this. And I know that you're restoring my memory. And whatever means you use, it's okay with me. And we just kept on making pots, and I had no idea what to make or how to do it. I had no teacher. We didn't have videos then. We
Couldn't
had
go to
maybe
YouTube.
a few books.
Oh,
we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have any of that.
Yes.
And we just had a few recipes and things that people would share with us, but people kept those very secretive then. And so I just sat and made pots day after day after day. And then I thought, well, I've got to buy some more clay. I've got to buy some more glaze. I can't keep doing this. And my husband all the time saying, you're just wasting money. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe. But I'm out of trouble. I'm not burning the house down. I'm not getting lost. I'm not running water out on the floor. So I'm safe here.
Got to keep your mind busy.
And I set it on an old kick wheel. You kick forward and then back. And I still have one out front out here just to remind me of my meager beginnings. And to show me, you know, I have several electric wheels now, and I don't kick that wheel anymore. I probably need to, but I don't.
3 minutes.
That's when you say God is good, don't you?
All the time, because
Yes,
he gave me
ma'am.
the talent to do all this. And people say, how do you come up with this? I said, I don't sleep much. He gives all this to me in the middle of the night. So I have to give credit all to God.
Absolutely. You know what? We're going to have to, I hate this. Already 30 minutes flying by. Tell folks how they can get in contact with you. I know you sell online as well. And you're right here in an awesome part of the country here in Mentone, Alabama.
Well, I'm at miraclepottery.com. And we're on 7871 Highway 117, Valley Head, and 35989. Or you can just give us a call, Miracle Pottery, Google. We've been doing this over 30 years now, so Google's got our number here. If you Google Miracle Pottery, it'll take you right here.
Yeah, and for all of our friends in Alabama, this isn't far to go as well. It's just right near Fort Payne, but Mentone is right here, so it's a beautiful place to stay. She actually has accommodations for where you can stay.